1.
Hey teachers, I am so excited about this extension that I'm going to share with you here. Teaching math is kind of hard to do through Google Forms and using computer programs sometimes because it's hard to insert equations. But now Google has listened, or other people have listened, and they have figured out that there are ways, or they have created ways that you can now insert math equations much easier on Google Docs. This also works for Google Slides, I've seen, and my favorite is now it will work on Google Forms, and I am so excited about this. The extension that we're going to talk about is called EquatIO. I think I'm saying that right. To find it, first you have to install the extension on your computer, and I have the extension already up here, but I'm going to show you how I got to it. If you go to the Chrome Web Store, and you can just type that in on Google, Chrome Web Store, and then we're going to search extensions. This one is EquatIO, EquatIO. And then you will see here, EquatIO Math Made Digital. Mine over here on the side says rate it, and that is because I already installed it. I already added it to Chrome. These say add to Chrome. I don't have these added, so this one I do have added. So you will have to click add to Chrome, and then it's probably going to bring up a few boxes that say allow. You're going to have to allow it to access some information from your account. Always be sure if you add extensions or add-ons that you are sure that they are safe, because you are ultimately turning over some of your private information to them. You're saying, yes, you can access my Google Drive account. And you want to make sure that it's an extension that you know is not going to just hack into your account, take everything that you own. I'm sure you got lots of good stuff in there. So that's just kind of a disclaimer. So then you will see after you go through all those steps that EquatIO does show up here as an extension. And then you are free to start using it for different things. So I'm going to show you, I have a form opened up over here. I already installed it, as I said, and after the first time I installed it, I had a form open. It was not showing up for me, so I had to close out and then reopen that same form, and then the EquatIO icon started showing up. You'll notice if you click on it up here, that it just tells you quiz time, open EquatIO in Google Forms by clicking the little icon beside the question you want to work on. So then you're going to see that right here, it now shows up. So just like you can insert a picture, you can now insert some math, and that is so exciting. One thing to note is that it does work just kind of like the G Math for Forms, if you were using that, where it makes it into a picture. So here is the one. Let's see if I can get that to go away. It's not letting me see it. Well, I put one in here, but it inserts it as a picture. So that's a little bit different. It's not the actual problem. So you'll have to have a picture. And then if you want to have equations for your answer choices, you'll also have to insert those kind of as pictures. So I want to show you how that works here. I'm just going to insert a random one, and this one I practiced with the handwriting tool. You can write it out by hand, and then it recognizes it, and then you can insert it from there. So that's pretty cool. You can do this one where it's the equation editor. You can kind of type it in on your own, and here's some extra keys to help you. Or you can go to the handwriting one. So I'm going to show you one here. I'm going to do parentheses, 3 times 7, parentheses, times, and you can see that it kept this original one that I had from the last time. I'm going to get rid of that one, backspace it out. It's recognizing what I'm putting over here. 3 times 7 times 10. See if it keeps going. It did. To the third power. We're working on powers, or I'm making some plans for those coming up in the first couple weeks of school. So there, from what I wrote, I hand wrote, it figured that all out, and now I can insert that math equation into my form. And I have found that it's not been working the first time that I try to insert it. Sometimes it gives me an error. But then if I just close out of this box, yep, it says, uh-oh. If I go back to my Google form and I go back to my equation builder, it still saves it there. So I'm going to try to insert it again. And then it's been working on the second try for some reason. So here, if I want answer choices that I know this one doesn't make sense, but I put a picture up here and say solve, and then I want to give some more equations for answer choices. I might make this option A, and then there's my picture. And then I can add another one as option B and add a math picture or an equation with it. So this time I'm going to get rid of what I have over here. And I'm going to do just 10 to the 0 power. Oh, look at that. Insert math. May or may not work the first time. That one did. Perfect. So it inserted it down here. It's kind of covered up so I can't see it, but I'm going to click down here and you can see. So A, here's picture for my choice. B, picture, choice. C, and I can keep going. This is so much easier than that GMath for forms that I was using last year. It took so much more time. This is so much easier. So I am super excited for this. And you can play around with it. There's a lot of different kinds of math problems that you can make. You kind of just have to know your own curriculum and what you need to do, but they are trying to make it super easy for you to be able to do. One thing I need to play around with yet is to see if it does much with the graphing functions. I do know that GMath did those. You could insert some graphs. So that's something I plan to do some checking on coming up. But I did want to show you how to get EquatIO installed and some of the basics of how to use it. And math teachers, I just recommend you just sit down and start playing, start typing out some quizzes or practicing typing some things that you know you're going to be teaching this year. Just the best way to learn it is just use it yourself. That's EquatIO. So excited.